So I was just going through my foster care records and I found all this old criminal record stuff, including worksheets that I had to fill out. Full disclosure, between the ages of 14 and 16, I was charged with 5 different crimes. They were all fairly petty. Haven't been in trouble with the police since I was 16 years old. I'm 28 now. These are my foster care records up here. All my records were given to me in the wrong order, so I haven't been able to find all the sheets. For example, these documents have numbers on the bottom of them. That's number 4. I haven't been able to find the first 3 pages. So we're just gonna have fun and read out what I have. I want to start with these worksheets. These are from when I was 14 and I was doing anger management. So there's little pictures here, and up here we have not like me, a bit like me, quite like me, very like me. So I had to tick how I thought each of these applied to me. How you think and behave. My youth offending officer, I am going to call her Sarah. Do you rush into things without thinking? I ticked not like me, and then she made me change it to quite like me. Do you often get angry and lose your temper? A bit like me. Do you bully, threaten or hurt other people? Not like me. Do you get into trouble because it is exciting? I said not like me. Commit crimes because your friends do it? A bit like me. Damage their own things or property belonging to others? When angry in the past. I've actually spoken about it before that when I was 14, the first crime I was ever arrested and charged for was criminal damage, because me and my mum got in an argument and I smashed a glass of water against the wall. So it was criminal damage for breaking the glass. Why do you think you get into trouble? She wrote this because that is not my handwriting. Drinking/friends. I was a little alcoholic. What you think about crime and your future. Some young people are sorry for the harm they caused. I ticked not like me. I wasn't sorry. After some discussion, I changed it to very like me, because every time I ticked a box, she would then discuss the answer with me. I'm pretty sure she told me that if you don't show that you're sorry for the things you've done, you will not pass this course. Some young people want to make up for the harm they've caused. Not like me. After some discussion, I changed it to quite like me. Some young people think they will offend again. I said not like me, and she let me leave it there. Some young people want to sort out the problems in their lives. Not like me. I just didn't care. Listen, I'm not saying this is a good thing, but you've got to understand, I was a mess. I was a mess when I was a teenager. No, I didn't want to sort out the problems in my life. Some young people think of themselves as criminals. Not like me. Some young people can see reasons for not re-offending. Not like me. Some young people know others who will help them stop getting into trouble. Not like me. Changed it to very like me. Some young people want to stop offending. Not like me. And she made me change it to very like me. What are the best things about your life at the moment? New start with college. I ended up dropping out after a month. Next worksheet. School, college and work. Some young people would like some help with reading and writing. Not like me. Need to get more training and qualifications. I said a bit like me, and then it got changed to very like me because I had no qualifications. Often stay away from school when they should be there. And when Sarah pointed out that I hadn't been to school in 3 months, we then changed it to quite like me. Some people like learning or working. I said not like me, and then it got changed to a bit like me. Get on well with their teachers at school or college. A bit like me. Have adults who help them with schoolwork. I said not like me and then changed it to very like me. What sort of things at school are you good at? Science. That was a lie. Writing and taking notes. I'm still good at that. Your lifestyles and the area where you live. Live in places where there is a lot of crime. Not like me. I was living in Brixton. Live in places where it's easy to get drugs. Not like me. I was living in Brixton. Lots of friends who get into trouble. A bit like me. Have choices about what to do in life. I said not like me and then changed it to quite like me. Commit crime to get money. Not like me. Live in areas where there is not much to do. A bit like me. Do things they know are dangerous. I ticked a bit like me. And then Sarah wrote smoking/drinking. What do you like doing in your spare time? Anything. Smoking, drinking and drugs. Have friends who often use drugs. I ticked not like me and then a bit like me. Commit crime because they were drunk or on drugs. I wrote quite like me, but then not anymore. Often drink alcohol. A bit like me. I'm going to quickly show you something. This was a sheet that my youth offending worker wrote down. So she asked me questions about my drinking intake, and then she wrote down the answers. Drinking every day, cider, wine, spirits. Whatever I could get my hands on, basically. If had money, older friends bought it or steal it. Sometimes at something, sometimes on street and in park. We used to get drunk in the park. Who hasn't? Confident, fun, honest, happy when drunk. Yeah, everyone's more fun when they're drunk. Drink. Monday, 4 to 6 cans of cider. I don't know what these numbers mean. I don't know if that 8 right there means like units. I don't know. Tuesday, bottle of wine, -5. Wednesday, half a bottle, 40 centilitres of vodka. Thursday, 2 cans of cider. Friday, Saturday and Sunday just have 666. I don't know what that means. But then she circled the number 42. So I think she was saying that's 42 units. That sounds like a lot. Maybe I was exaggerating. And then it says, Lauren, substance misuse session, 21st of November 2010. I was homeless at that point. I would drink to keep myself warm. So anyway, so the whole often drink alcohol, I just said a bit like me. Often use cannabis, not like me. That was true. Do you have any problems because of smoking, drinking or taking drugs? No. Your health. Do things which they know will be bad for their health. I said not like me, and then changed it to quite like me and wrote smoking. Worry about something that might happen in the future. I wrote not like me, then changed it to quite like me, and she wrote messing up my life. So that's what I must have said, and she wrote it down for me. Feel good about themselves. A bit like me. Deliberately hurt themselves. Not like me. Think about What? That made no sense. I wrote a bit like me. I said a bit. How does that make sense? So if you're not going to do that, right? Not like me. But then the next one, a bit. How does that make sense? Anyway. Have problems eating or sleeping. I said not like me. And then changed it to very like me and wrote sleeping. I still have problems with sleeping. Are good at coping with problems. I said not like me and then changed it to a bit like me. What sort of things about your health do you worry about? Sleep and illness. And the last one of this video, your family and where you live. This was a month later. So this was in December and I was in foster care by this point. Stay away from home without asking. So it means my foster placement. I wrote not like me. I was sneaking out every night. Know that, oh no. Know that members of their family care about them. Not like me. Oh. See members of their family having fights or arguments. I wasn't living with them, so I said not like me. Have a secure and stable place to live. I said not like me. This foster care I ended up making complaints about. If you've seen my videos, it's Kemi. But I then changed it to quite like me because I remember Sarah was like, you're in foster care now. Like, you're a lot more safer now than you were like 2 months ago. Have lost someone special from their life. I wrote not like me. And then we changed it to very like me and wrote family. Who is most important to you in your life at the moment? Me. The camera's mirrored, so that didn't have the effect I wanted it to. But I said me. Comment if you want a part 2. We've got a lot. So these are the court order requirements. I'm hiding my surname. Order, referral order. Length of order, 6 months and 1 week. I will attend all appointments on time and participate fully. I will notify the team of any change in my address or telephone number. I will not attend appointments under the influence of drugs or alcohol. If I do, I will be sent home. I will not use language or behaviour that is violent, racially or sexually abusive to others. I will not act in a way that will cause harassment, alarm or distress to any person visiting or working within Yacht Youth Offending Team. I will not bring friends to appointments. If I'm going to be late or I cannot make an appointment, it is my responsibility to contact the Yacht office. Mobile phones must be switched off whilst in reception and during appointments. I will not smoke on or outside the Yacht building. I will comply with any reasonable directions from a Yacht officer. If you fail to follow the instructions above, you will be issued with a written warning. This could result in breach action. If you have an acceptable reason for missing an appointment, you must provide proof within 5 working days. Please be aware that breach action can be instigated at any time should there be a serious failure to comply with your court order. Home visits will be made on a regular basis and at least monthly. For custodial sentences, home visits will begin post-release from custody. And then I signed my name at the bottom. These are emails that my youth offending worker, I've been calling her Sarah, sent to social services. These are in the right order. There's not that many. I'm going to paraphrase a bit because they're very long. My name is Sarah. and I am a social worker at the Youth Offending Team. I am currently the allocated worker for, it says Lauren, but I use the name Slaney now, who recently received a referral order at the youth court. I understand from at Jazz that you are aware of Lauren and wondered if you could clarify exactly where the process is up to. Part of my assessment, this makes me sound crazy. As part of my assessment, I have completed a mental health screening for Lauren, which has raised a number of concerns in relation to her mental health. Lauren tells me that sometimes she has panic attacks. So I'm 14, 15 by the way. I wasn't in foster care yet, but I wasn't living with my mum either. So sometimes has panic attacks and often feels worried or scared for long periods of time. Lauren states that she often feels paranoid about things that might happen in the future, such as death, being raped, or the world ending. Lauren also says she has strong memories, although not flashbacks, of past upsetting events, which make her feel unwell and angry. In addition to the above, Lauren has stated she was worried that she was eating unhealthily and that she doesn't do any exercise. Lauren appears to be using smoking cigarettes as a means of suppressing her appetite and says she's concerned that if she gave up, she would put on weight. Lauren did not raise any concerns in relation to having a ED. However, I am concerned by the way she was talking about food and her weight. I don't remember that. Like, I've never had an ED, right? I'm very lucky that I never have. But I don't remember saying that, but I must have, but I don't know why. On to the next. Hi. Lauren did not attend her appointment with me yesterday. She sent me a text message and then I spoke to her on the phone. She told me she had lost her Oyster card and is currently in Thornton Heath. Lauren said she was sorting out an address so would let me know what it was, but she is still adamant that she is not welcome home. I don't think breaching her court order is the best way forward at the moment. However, if she fails to attend her reparation at the weekend, so community service, then I'm going to have to take her back to court, especially considering we don't know where she is. I will keep you posted. This was a month later. Hi all, hope you had a relaxing holiday. Lauren has breached her referral order and therefore we are holding an emergency panel meeting to decide whether she is returned to court. If Lauren does not attend the meeting, which is tomorrow at 6 p.m, she will definitely be returned to court. I know the position of Children's Services is that Lauren will not be accommodated into foster care. However, I am very concerned that we have a vulnerable 15-year-old who we don't really know the whereabouts of. I get the impression from Lauren's mum, even if Lauren tried to return home, she would not be very welcome. I feel it has reached a point where Lauren's safety and well-being is at significant risk and a resolution needs to be found. Unfortunately, I don't think that resolution is going to be Lauren returning to live with her mother. This was the same month. Sarah informed Lauren's social worker that Lauren had been caught shoplifting food. A panel meeting was held on the 11th of August regarding Lauren, who has breached her referral order, to decide whether she is returned to court. It was decided that if Lauren breaches again, she will definitely go to court. It is concerning that Lauren was caught stealing food. That was the only way I could eat. Sarah was informed that Lauren would not be accommodated by the local authority and both parents have been contacted to look at who will be looking after their daughter. This was nearly a year later, so I'm still getting in a bit of trouble. Sarah informed me that Lauren was re-bailed to Croydon Magistrates Court on the 8th of June and the bail conditions remain the same, not to have contact with and not to go close to the WIC Gift Centre. Curfew has been lifted now. Lauren pleaded not guilty. Well, that was stupid because I flipping did it. And they knew I did it and I got in trouble for it. So this was written by Sarah. I attended Croydon Magistrates and met Lauren's advocate. Lauren was also there. Lauren attending in relation to the outstanding assault charges against Assault is never acceptable. And I'll go into another day what it actually was. But I think you'll understand where I'm coming from. Sentencing deferred, awaiting yacht reports. Lauren found guilty. Had a lengthy chat with Lauren, who was looking forward to starting her new place at college. She spoke about how she is still worried about her limited social network and has new friends. She was able to reflect, however, and see that many of her former friends were a bad influence on her, but she still misses companionship and company. We spoke about how she might begin to make steps to address this over the summer holiday. Lauren will be doing community service as part of the reparation for her yacht work, and is keen to try and get work with horses if possible. I don't care about horses. We spoke about the pros and cons of volunteering. She is not in contact with other family members and details of them can only be contacted through her parents, neither of whom she is wishing to communicate with. I mean, I don't know if any of this is actually of interest to people, but if you want a part 3, let me know in the comments.